Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. This is going to be my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode 18 video. Just careful for spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. All kinds of sex making happening between Inhumans, between regular S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. That was the whole meaning of the episode. The singularity, crossing the threshold, having sex for the first time. Anybody who lost their virginity in high school will totally understand the conversation that Fitz and Simmons is happening. If your version of the conversation included that much science speak, you're probably rich geniuses at this point. The reason that was probably the funniest part of the episode, there was a lot of comedy in the episode, especially with Hellfire's character, but the reason why I think Fitz and Simmons worked so well, especially in that moment, is because it's so real. You spend all this time worrying about crossing the threshold together, and then you come to the same conclusion that they came to. You just have to do it. Give me all your eyeball operation penetration jokes. Just like, bam, just gotta get it over with. So lots of Easter eggs, lots of Captain America Civil War crossover, so I'll explain all that stuff. They had Captain America's energy shield, freaking awesome. So here we go, top 5 WTF and Easter eggs. Number 5, cut the head off of Hydra. So this is the big Captain America Civil War crossover. Cap's energy shield isn't really a crossover, but you can kind of see how like the minute Coulson busted that out, he got a call from Talbot that was doing the Civil War stuff, just cutting all the heads off of Hydra thanks to Malik's information. So this doesn't mean that Hydra's gone for good, it just means that they've been laid low. They are essentially non-existent at this point. When you go to see Captain America Civil War, you'll see how some new villains will be on the rise. Baron Zemo is a version of that. Now, he's not called Baron Zemo in Captain America Civil War, but we can talk more about that after the movie comes out. There are just a lot of other big villain things going on in the world besides Hydra. This is just meant to show you that. Like, okay, Hydra essentially gone, but now the Inhumans are kind of the villains, although, technically that's not true, because it's really just the Inhumans that Hive has turned that have become the villains. But if you guys didn't know, Captain America's energy shield debuted in Volume 3, Issue 1. So it was like, right off the bat, bam, energy shield. Check out this awesome new toy. The writer of that issue was Mark Waid, which maybe is a surprise, maybe not a surprise. Mark Waid had just been attached to so many big comic book things recently, but operationally, Captain America's version of the shield works just like the way you see Coulson use it. It just projects from a base that he keeps in one of his gauntlets. But other characters have also used the same technology for energy claws. Taskmaster has used a version of it. Even Spider-Man used it to simulate web shooters. So the TV show just having a little bit of fun with it because so much Captain America stuff is happening, and Coulson even had his bloody Captain America cards too. That was more of a hat tip to the rally moment. Now is the moment when you need to nut up and take down Hive. Speaking of which, number 4 WTF, Fitz and Simmons finally nut up and close the deal, so to speak. Like I said, they had a lot of fun with sex language, crossing the threshold, the singularity, penetration with this eyeball here. They were totally on fire in this episode. Number 3 WTF 2. Hellfire becomes an Inhuman. Well, technically his name wasn't Hellfire before, but this is who he is. He's a big character from the comics. He's also part of the Secret Warriors at a certain point. So even though the TV show version of the character is a little over the top, they are definitely pulling stuff right out of the comics. And because the status of the Inhumans movie is now pending, like it's been taken off of Marvel's film schedule, they might be able to do some more royal family things. Maybe Atalan, maybe some of the bigger characters, remains to be seen. But number 2 WTF, Coulson makes Lincoln wear the murder vest. I totally loved how sinister this was. Just like, ooh, this is dark. No, it's not a suicide vest, it's a murder vest. Lincoln's quick reboot made him a little bit more fun. There were some good Lincoln moments in the episode. Really dark, a little bit of funny, but that's where S.H.I.E.L.D. is right now. The tone of the show has gone really dark, but they still find ways to jam in a lot of great jokes. Number 1 WTF though, Hive buys a town with Malik's funds. Remember, he said, let's spend some of this money that he's worked so hard to earn. So he bought that town. They're going to try and recreate the original Kree experiment that created the first Inhumans. So this is a really big deal. And he's stolen the device, like the orb in the base device that can destroy him. It'll come back closer to the finale, and that's probably going to be how they'll deal with Hive. But the scientist you probably recognize from the Mummy films, maybe from somewhere else, his name is John Hannah. That's the name of the actor, but he's been in a ton of stuff. So I'm totally happy that they were able to use him on the TV show. But let me know in the comments, what was your favorite moment from this? What did you think about the Captain America Civil War crossover stuff? It's so awesome that they were able to destroy S.H.I.E.L.D. in the Captain America movies, and then the TV show was able to destroy Hydra. So it's like, all right, we'll do you one better. Boom. Bye, Hydra. But that's not really the end of Civil War stuff. There'll continue to be Civil War stuff happening in next week's episode, all the way through the worldwide premiere. Civil War has been dropping around the world at different times, so some of you might be seeing the movie now. Please don't post spoilers in the comments, or at least use a spoiler tag. but I will be posting a bunch of Civil War videos next week. I'll do a non-spoilery review. That won't post till like next Thursday. Then I'll do an Easter egg video. I'll do all kinds of stuff. There's so much stuff in that movie we have to talk about. It's probably going to go down as the best Avengers movie, if not the best Marvel movie so far. Everybody has their favorite Marvel film, so that's up for debate. Like Winter Soldier is one of the best films so far. This film is probably going to be even better than Winter Soldier. While you guys wait for me to post my next video, you can click here for my Spider-Man Civil War video from last night, and you can click here to watch the Batman Killing Joke trailer. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.